Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another one of Prez's Hot Takes. Now, if you know me, I like making content about me talking about some completely random topic that I like to choose. If I'm in the mood to talk about how dreamsexuals are menaces to society and deserve to get fucking wiped off the face of the earth, I talk about it. But today I'd like to talk about how private schools are an absolute fucking scam. So you all might be wondering, how did I even get to this topic? Why would I talk about private schools being an absolute scam? Allow me to elaborate. So I'm in bed, right? I'm having this nice conversation with my niece. We're talking about this anime and the series that she's having me watch, called Vincenzo, which I recommend if you like K-dramas or something. It's the only K-drama I'd ever rationally watch, is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, sitting in bed, texting her, and we're just having this nice conversation, and she's like, "Oh, it's supposed to be 3 degrees tomorrow here in Colorado, and I don't want to go to school." And I'm like, I walked across my campus in below zero weather. What the fuck are you worried about? You're probably gonna take the bus to school. To which she replies, "Oh, I get driven to school because I'm a regular private school student." And I'm laying in my bed and I think, the fuck does that have to do with anything? I tell her, like, I tell her my point stands, because regardless, you're not walking in cold weather. You're still being driven to school in cold weather. Like, you got the fucking heater going on. You got fucking rush hour traffic that looks like fucking California nowadays in Colorado. And like, what else could you want? I'm like, and then she continues and she said, "Yeah, I still go to a private school." To which I say, "I know. You've been to a private school your entire life. You don't know any better." And then she just tells me, she just continues on and she's like, "Oh, but I've been to a public school for like 4 days." And I'm like, I'm like, "Yeah, I know you went to a private school like once or twice, but like," I continue and I say, I don't see what's so special about attending a private school. You get taught the exact same thing you would in public school. And then she tells me, private schools teach things that, way earlier than public schools do. Like, I learned how to do fractions in 4th grade, and now my cousin is in 5th grade, and he doesn't even know what a fraction is. And so I look at my phone, and I'm like, just laying in my bed, and I'm like, I was in 3rd grade when I learned about fractions. Don't come at me with that bullshit. And then she has the audacity, somehow she flew across the world, fucking Globetrotter style, and she found the legendary, the mythical, the audacity to come here and tell me that I come from the ancient history of American schools. The ancient history of American schools. Like, can you believe that? Now, I'm 19 years old. Okay, I'm a second year in college right now. My niece is currently almost 17 years old. She's almost 2 years younger than me. And the fact that she's calling me and the fucking education route I took ancient is beyond me. Because let me tell you something. You learn the exact same thing you would in a public school by going to a private school. But you want to know the added bonus? You have to pay thousands of dollars every year. Every year. Like, the average cost of, like, a private high school yearly is $11,000. That's an average cost. You are paying $11,000 for the exact same education you would get in a public school. What the fuck is so luxurious about that? You're losing 11K, 11 stacks a year, a school year. Girl, don't you lecture me with your $30 high school diploma, because you're not going to come at me and tell me that spending $11,000 a year in high school is fucking worth it. I pay that amount for a semester in college, not a fucking year of high school. Don't get me fucked up with that. I'm like just now actually taking a good look just to make sure I'm right about the $11,000 average. No, I looked it up. A private high school in Colorado, the average is $15,000 for a private high school for one fucking year of private high school. $15,000. You're gonna tell me you're gonna pay $15,000 for a fucking, well, no, not even, it's not even 15,000. That's just 1 year. 4 years, let's see. The exact number here is $15,614. Now, let's see the cost here. Let's see, 15,614 times 4. The average cost for 4 years of high school is $62,456. 62,000 for a high school diploma. Put that into perspective. You are spending $15,000 for a high school diploma with education that you could get from a public school for free. Can you explain to me how that makes any sense? You're telling me that by going to a private high school, the only thing you're gonna get is a fucking additional little fact about you on a resume? A little thing that probably won't even help your chances about going to college? Now, ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you that private schools is a scam, this is what I mean by a scam. You have families out there who want the best for their children, so much so that they will spend $15,000 a year for a public high school education. Now, that's just high school. Imagine what it's like for elementary school and middle school, right? It doesn't make fucking sense. Now, most of these private schools are actually, affiliated with some religion, whether it be Catholicism, Christianity, something like that. Me personally, I do believe in a religion, but, I'm not, that devoted to it, if that makes sense, and that's just my opinion on it. So this is, just coming from me, and I just want to let you guys know. But if I wanted to attend a private school, a religious private school, mind you, and pay $15,000 a year, I would have gone to a public school and then attended Bible study every Wednesday at my local church. Like, what's the difference? Like if you attend a religious private school, the only additional thing you're going to get is, the equivalent of a Bible study class you would get at a church, either every Sunday or every Wednesday, depending on what church you go to. Like, what the fuck is the point? In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, I just hope this puts into perspective how scummy it can be to put your child into a private school. Not only does it kind of just emphasize that they're, a glorified spoiled brat, but you are throwing money at an organization that literally has the exact same curriculum as a public school. The fuck is the difference? You're telling me you're willing to pay $15,000, something you could totally invest into your child by going to a university after graduating high school, a public high school. You would much rather throw money at a useless organization that's only going to teach the exact same content a public school would for free. In my earlier point, I said if I wanted to go to a private school that was religiously affiliated, I would have gone to a public school and then go to a local Bible study at some church nearby. Private schools aren't worth the $15,000 sticker price. If there's something you really want to do with your kid, giving them an advantage, make sure they do their work right. Make sure they actually work for their shit. Get their shit together. Don't just spoon feed them with some extra special curriculum that someone that doesn't work in the local school education department in your local county, like what they have, it could be, oh, this guy has such and such politics. I don't want my child to go to school here or whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. At the end of the day, you're getting an education regardless. If you go to a private school, you're just wasting your fucking money. They're just as useless as non-fuckable tokens. And to my niece, if you ever find this video, I just hope this really finds you well. Because just because you go to a private school, one, does not mean you have a higher workload than a college student on finals week. Second of all, just because you go to a private school, it doesn't mean you're a fucking high and mighty weasel who's better than everyone else. A private school is the exact same thing as a public school. The only difference is you fucking get a goddamn religious study. That's like the only difference. You get the same curriculum, you get the same content, like you get the same kind of subjects you would in a public school. The only differences are the fucking Bible study class you can get if it's religiously affiliated, and the high-ass sticker price that you probably shouldn't even fucking pay for because a public school is free. That's it for me, ladies and gentlemen. That's just my opinion on what private schools are really like. If you really feel like you want to spend over $10,000 for something you can get for free at a public school, you might as well just go on ahead and invest in fucking NFTs at that point. Okay, but this is all just my opinion. This has been me, your boy, Scotch Tape, giving an incoherent rant once again. I hope you all enjoy, and I apologize for this not being, as fun and lighthearted as my other videos are. This is just something that really ticked me off, and, I just hope, we have some better content later on. I guess in a sense this really is just another, like an actual rant, and not just, some stupid fucking funny clip that I put on a video, But, yeah, this is me, your boy, Scotch Tape, and I will see you all next time.